Hey everyone, have I here bring a video on Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle. In this video, this is going to be a public service announcement warning you all to be careful about the upcoming red zone stages where you're not going to be able to dodge or evade unless you're prepared for it. So with that, if you're new to my channel, like, subscribe, comment below, do all that good stuff. Let's go ahead and dive right in. So what are we talking about here? Well, we're talking about one of the most annoying mechanics that enemies have when you're fighting them, having the ability to do what they call a guaranteed hit or nullifying your ability to dodge. So if you're bringing characters into particular stages that have really the only ability or defensive ability is dodging, these characters, these enemies will absolutely destroy you. So for those, of course, that have completed the Goku Frieza red zone, we have experienced this already with the Golden Frieza and Android 17 stage, where he does have the ability to guarantee hit you, and he has a super attack damage output of 2.7 million. Now, of course, you can easily bring Tech UI Goku into this mix and wait for his domain and then trigger it at this stage, and then that gives you the opportunity to nullify the guaranteed hit, which allows you to then dodge once again. But still, it is very important to bring in units also that have the ability to tank a 2.7 million super attack. But of course, those are few and far between. Now, we do have several more in terms of that from the 10-year anniversary, but still, for those who are limited players that don't have all the characters, this can be a very difficult stage. And something very difficult to deal with. So do watch out when you're in these stages. So let's talk about the 10-year anniversary stages where you're going to see this. And of course, we're focusing more on the red zone stages of Goku and Vegeta, and of course, Formidable Foes. Now, Formidable Foes is totally different, right? It's a combination of Red Zone and Super Battle Road, which is making it a lot more difficult in formulating a team and then also judging teams. Like, my best teams thing is just all messed up right now, but there's really only one stage, fortunately, on Formidable Foes that has this kind of mechanic, and I think it's at least easily completed if you're prepared for it, right? So that is going to be on level 4 of the Formidable Foes, which is currently up right now. Some of you have already completed this, and that's the movie edition part 2, and it's the second stage or the second group of enemies you're going to fight after you go ahead and defeat the Metal Cooler stage. Then you go into Android 13, where Android 13 has that ability to guarantee hit, to nullify your evasion and dodge mechanic. But fortunately, there's something that you can do on this character where you can't do on other characters we're going to talk about a little bit later, and that's the ability to stun him. So if you do have a character that has that ability to stun, you can go ahead and stun him on the stage and, you know, move along your day, and you're going to be fine. Now, if you don't have that ability to stun, you're going to have to make sure you're going to deal with 2.8 million of super attack damage, all right? And you can't technically bring Tech UI Goku to Formidable Foes to go ahead and activate his domain because you're not going to have enough time, right? Remember, each stage of Formidable Foes, each group of enemies, you restart again as if you're restarting the battle. So much like Super Battle Road. So that becomes a problem here. Again, if you bring a stun mechanic on here, you're going to be fine, or units that can handle 2.8 million in super attack. Oh, by the way, he can do 2 in a turn as well. So watch out for it. That's the reason why Formidable Foes is, you know, right now considered probably the most difficult stages in the game. But we'll see. This upcoming Red Zone, you know, it's going to be interesting here. So speaking of Red Zone, we're going to be talking about the Goku and Vegeta Red Zone, the story Red Zones here, and we'll quickly talk about Beerus, because Beerus is up right now. You can go ahead and do this, and I'm sure most of you are like, yeah, Beerus is so annoying. Right. Fortunately, he doesn't do as much damage, or raw output damage 1.4, but he has some mechanics here that he, you know, can lower your defense. You know, he gains, you know, additional attack and defense after receiving 15 attacks, etc., etc. But of course, that annoying guaranteed hit, and to then also eliminate your dodge mechanic. This is another stage where Tech UI Goku is not going to save you because there's only one stage, right? You are into the belly of the beast right away. Beerus is just hitting you left and right. So fortunately, again, it's 1.4 million. It is not as bad. He only has 500,000 in normal attack, which is crazy now. It's like, oh yeah, it just only has 500,000 in normal attacks. but it's not a million, right? So some of these we have a million, and 420,000 in HP, and he only can do one, one attack, one super attack per turn. So, but you can't get stunned. He can't seal. So you just have to, in a sense, deal with it. And again, for those who have completed this, you're bringing units that are more focused on damage mitigation. Anything else, the Tech UI Koku ability is not going to be available to save you in terms of Beerus. But now let's go ahead and move on to the upcoming stages. That's going to have this mechanic on here. And again, you just have to be prepared for it. You got to know going in that, and in both of these cases that we're going to be talking about, it's the last character, the last enemy on this level here is going to have that mechanic. So we're going to be talking about level 7. This is confusing as well. Level 7 of the Red Zone, but Universe 6 Saga. Level 7 Universe 6 Saga. So Vegeta story event here, which includes Frost, Magetta, Kaba, Super Saiyan Kaba, and then Hit. So once you get to Hit, as you can see there, he has that mechanic on there, but he also has a crit mechanic too. This is going to be, I'm thinking it's going to be very, very difficult. Now, because this is just data download information, I don't have like the HP attack stats and all that stuff. The event will happen basically today when I'm recording this video. Later on today, the event should be available, and then we'll have that information. But I'm guessing it's going to be, he's going to hit harder than Beerus, because it's, Beerus was level 5. This is level 7. Universe 6, level 7. So I would guess at minimum 2 million is going to be a super attack. And yeah, I'm assuming he's also going to be just very, very annoying as well, and can hit just extremely hard, right? So watch out here when you're going to be doing the Vegeta story on level 7. Bring people that can deal with at least 2 million in stats, or bring Tech UI Goku, right? There's enough stages here that you can wait on the domain and go, okay, great, when I get to hit Tech UI Goku, let's go ahead and rock and roll, and have the ability to dodge for those dodging units that you might have. Same thing in terms of the Goku story side of here. However, it is shorter, right? It's shorter, so you only have 2 enemies before you get to hit. So you do have to watch out and just remember, okay, I'm not gonna, kill Botamo fairly quickly. Let me just kind of wait on this, right? And then once you get enough turns to go ahead and bring that domain up, you should then be good to go with hit there as well. Again, not too sure how much damage he's gonna do. I would say still at least 2 million on there. He has the ability to greatly lower your defense and attack, which can be annoying there as well. So again, level 7, Universe 6, level 7, watch out for hit at the end there. So of course, the last stage that we're going to have is level 9, which I assume is going to be the last stage, because it's going to be Universal Survival Saga, unless we go into like, well, I'm trying to think, like Superhero Goku and yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Maybe movie Broly? Maybe movie Broly? I don't know. It might be the last stage, right? Universe Saga might be the last stage for Vegeta and Goku's story here. It could continue on. We don't know. But both of them, of course, has its own stage, and it's this is the Vegeta story here. It's Boda Magetta, then Ribrianne, then Catapesla, then Topo, and then not full power Jiren, just regular Jiren there. And at regular Jiren, again, that annoying mechanic, he also has the ability not to take any damage. I don't know what the number is going to be, and I'm guessing since this is level 9, he can be closer up to 3 million, guys. 3 million super attack. So choosing the right characters is going to be very difficult, to have to deal with that type of damage mitigation. And again, you do have to bring Tech UI Goku if you're going to have to deal with the dodge mechanic, right? So keep that in mind. There's going to be plenty of turns to get you to that point. So activate that domain right when Jiren, and then you will be at least somewhat safe, just dependent on your ability to then 70%, 80% dodge, whatever it could be. So of course Goku has the same mechanic here, and it's going to be full power Jiren. Yeah, full power Jiren, and then performs critical hit when launching a super attack. Ouch. Ouch. I think it's like, I think this stage here might be, you have to dodge. I don't know if there is going to be a lot of characters, maybe just like a very small handful, you know, 2 or 3. And he also has the ability to greatly raises, causes cost of damage to the enemy and greatly raises attack and defense for 1 turn. That's 80% boost there. He looks scary, guys. He looks scary. So again, this is going to be available later on tonight. We'll see how difficult this is going to be. This might be the hardest stage. These 2 right here may be the hardest stage in the game with when all said and done. Both Jirens on the Vegeta story and on the Goku story. And I'm guessing the full power Jiren is going to be even worse. So there you have it. That's my public service announcement to you all here. Be careful about stage 7 and stage 9 of the upcoming red zones for Vegeta and Goku story. We didn't see any new news for Blue Zone or anything else that has enemies that are going to deal with all this, but I'm sure a few are going to pop up. But the hardest stages is going to be these red zone stages, and if they do a Formidable Foes, that's going to be very annoying as well. So with that, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video here. If you're new to my channel, like, subscribe, do all that good stuff. Thank you all for watching. Keep on Dokkaning. We'll catch you next time. Later.